especially my wonderful patrons who make these interviews possible. I'm your host, Witch Bess, and this is episode 121 of WZRD Radio. Today, we're diving into the history of the one and only House of Black. She's got some amazing stories to tell. But first, how about some amazing music? We're starting with Detention Sucks from All Aboard the Night Bus.
I wish I would have gotten away oh so much. Oh yeah, detention sucks. I wish I would have gotten away oh so much. Oh yeah, detention sucks. I wish I would have gotten away oh so much. Oh yeah, detention sucks. I wish I would have gotten away oh so much.
To the ministry, Sirius Black is under attack. We're gonna break inside and get it back. We're buzzing down the gates, hope it's not too late. Not a wizard inside, something near and right. Everything is blue inside the spinning room. A bunch of 15-year-old kids who don't know what to do on a rescue mission to the ministry. Sirius Black has gone missing. Again, room after room, everything is blue. If Hermione wasn't here, I don't know what we'd do. Through the department of mysteries, it's straight into the hall of prophecies. Row after row of creepy snow globes. One at the end's got my name on it. Mr. Malfoy sneaking up behind.
Give that to me, part of the prophecy is mine.
We won't give it to you or your death need a party. We're loyal to the end, cause we're double those on a rescue mission. rescue mission to the ministry.
1, 2, 3, we're on a
Rescue mission to the ministry. Sirius Black has gone missing. The room is spinning. The bad guys are winning. Neville's in pain and Ron was attacked by brains. We're on a rescue mission.
That was All Aboard the Night Bus with Detention Sucks, Rescue Mission from Back to the Burrow, and the Blast-Ended Scroots and their Reducto. Time for the interview. And today I am talking with Erin Pine of the House of Black. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me.
I am so excited about this. Before we started recording, you said it had been such a long time since you did Wizard Rock, but actually, you're one of the performers at WZRD Fest.
That's true. I suppose I meant such a long time since I've done a Harry Potter convention with Wizard Rock. But yes, we did the Wizard Fest, and I also perform every summer for tour groups that come to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And so they go to a Universal Studios hotel and they've rented out a whole space, and I perform there with other Wizard Rockers sometimes that come and help out.
I had no idea. Why have I not known about this?
Because it's for like private tour groups. So actually, they're tour groups that come in from Canada, specifically on a Wizarding World of Harry Potter tour. So they come to Universal and it's all themed, and they do a whole bunch of fun activities. They play Quidditch like out in the grass of the hotel. They have like special desserts and they do wand making. And then their big entertainment is a Wizard Rock show on one of the nights of their tour. So that's me. And,
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then we've done it for a few years now, and I always invite friends to come and help out whenever they can. So we've had like the Blimbering Humdingers and Draco and the Malfoys, and my own band that I put together. It's basically just a nice rhythm section from my other band, the Great American Big Band. So they've come out and played as well. Jill Michelle, who's a poet also, and she is usually a vendor at the Harry Potter conventions, and she is the what is her shop name? She's going to kill me for forgetting this for right now, but it's something like the Mysterious House Elves or Midnight. That's it. The Midnight House Elves. And so she plays the ukulele and sings really well and knows a ton of Wizard Rock songs. And so she comes out and sings as well. So Jill and I will be performing this summer for the groups.
That's incredible, and I had no idea. But I guess probably we should backtrack a little.
Sure.
Because while I've seen you perform, I don't know anything about your history with Wizard Rock. Where did it all begin?
It all began at the Harry Potter conventions. So I started going to conventions when they first started here in Orlando in 2001. It was the very first Harry Potter convention. I believe it's called Nimbus. It's a long time ago. And then after that, we had Lumos in Las Vegas, and that is where Harry and the Potters debuted. That was their very first ever concert for the fandom. Oh no, sorry, the Witching Hour in Salem, Mass. That was the Harry and the Potters' first concert. And after that was the Las Vegas convention the next year. So then Harry and the Potters performed along with Draco and the Malfoys and the Remus Lupins, and the Whomping Willows joined in and their first concerts. So then after that, it kind of snowballed where just lots of fans were super inspired, wrote a bunch of their own songs. People started posting music on their different band sites on the internet. And it was really, really fun. So I, in the beginning, wasn't doing Wizard Rock. I was actually making Harry Potter fan films and showing them at conventions and writing Harry Potter fan fiction and hosting, different Harry Potter things. I ran the Orlando Harry Potter Club for 13 years. So we always had big events, but I traveled all over the place to go to all these Harry Potter conventions. So in 2006, I started writing my first Harry Potter songs, and I did not play an instrument except I could play guitar very poorly. So I decided that I was going to go with my strengths and write music online and create dance music. So I decided to call my band the House of Black because it was house music. And so my first song was Potter Addict, which was all about how Harry Potter is my drug of choice. And how, as a fandom, we're all kind of addicted to Harry Potter. So then my first performance was at Rockstock, which, if you've never heard of Rockstock, it was basically summer camp for Harry Potter fans. And we all went to this amazing campgrounds out in the woods where there was awesome cabins. And it was just nonstop Wizard Rock all day and all night. Tons of bands came and fans came, and everybody just performed and hung out in the cabins and went to concerts. It was so cool. So that's where I performed my first Wizard Rock, was at a Rockstock. And then after that, I was invited to play amongst many other awesome bands, including the first time anyone had seen the Ministry of Magic band perform was at Terminus in Chicago and at Rock Chicago. And so it was kind of like a big rock showcase before the convention actually started. So I got to do my first actual show at Rock Chicago, and it was awesome.
So obviously this is a Wizard Rock show, and I will be coming back to all of that. But I want to backtrack for a minute. The fan films, what kind of stuff? Are they still out there?
They are probably still out there on YouTube somewhere. So I started with a friend of mine who asked me to make costumes because I used to sew tons of wizard robes for everybody in the club. And at one of the conventions, we played Quidditch. So I sewed Quidditch robes for all of my teammates when we played. And so he's first asked me if I would help him create costumes for the movie. And I was like, oh, yes. And then I ended up trying to, helping with finding location and helping finding actors and getting all involved in everything. So that one was called Sirius Black and the Secret Keeper. And it's the story of, obviously, Sirius Black confronting Peter Pettigrew in the alleyway, and then Peter blowing up all the muggles and escaping, leaving behind a finger. So it was really fun to film that. And it was very short, maybe 5-minute movie, which I showed at several different Harry Potter conventions. And the creator of that went on to create other films, like fandom films, like The Dork of the Rings, and a couple other fun things that were great. In one of his Lord of the Rings films, I actually played Gladrapriel. So it was basically Galadriel with a lot of glad rap in the costume. And then the second film, then my friend and I did, he was the cinematographer. I kind of wrote and directed it, and we filmed it at Rollins College here in Winter Park near Orlando, because it just had gorgeous grounds. And in the university library, then the bookshelves actually move. So you can get a really cool, we could get really cool shots once you hit the button and then all the bookshelves move to the side. So it looks magical. And that one is called The Marauder's Worst Memory. And so that took us all the way back, and it was a Marauders era film. So it was the scene where the Marauders are plotting against Snape, and then they attack Snape, lift him upside down, and Lily gets really mad. And I actually did auditions at a high school, and the kids were very excited, and I got just amazing actors to be in it. They were really, really, really incredible performers to play the Marauders. So that was fun. And everybody had so much fun, they wanted to do it again. So this time we created an even longer film, and this one's called The Potter Prophecy. And we filmed this one in a pub and on a set that we built at the high school, where we built the interior of the home of Godric's Hollow. And The Potter Prophecy showcases the whole prophecy. So Trelawney giving the prophecy to Dumbledore, Snape overhearing the whole thing, and then Voldemort attacking the Potters at their house, and then Harry foiling them, and then Hagrid coming to rescue Harry and confronting Sirius Black at the house. So one of my favorite scenes is where it's all the Marauders in the pub together before all of this goes down, where James is going to pick Sirius to be his secret keeper, and then Sirius convinces James, no, you've got to pick Peter. Who would suspect him? And so the four men, I should say, they're all 21 years old. So they all have a drink and say their goodbyes for the last time.
Brutal.
And so we showed that at different Harry Potter conventions, and several Wizard Rockers did music for that. In fact, Oliver Boyd and the Remembralls created a gorgeous song for that about the Marauders. And it's on some of his albums as well. It's really good. I love that song. And then for the other one, for The Marauder's Worst Memory, then I believe, who did the song for that? Remus Lupins did the song for The Marauder's Worst Memory. So he wrote his song, The Marauder's Worst Memory, for that movie. And then the first one, Sirius Black and the Secret Keeper, The Ministry of Magic, I wrote the song, and then the Ministry of Magic took it, improved on it, and recorded it for the end credits of that movie. So there's Wizard Rock, original Wizard Rock, in all 3 fan films.
You're going to have to find those links and send them to me. I'm having some trouble, but that sounds really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking videos that are, over 10 years old, 15 years old now. Wow.
But they're out there somewhere, and I want them.
They're out there in the world, and I will help you find them.
Thank you. So you've worked with some amazing people, been to some incredible events, seen wondrous sights. What kind of stories might you have to share from those?
I have so many amazing Wizard Rock memories. I would have to say one of my absolute favorite conventions was in New Orleans, the Phoenix Rising convention. That's where we, had a huge Quidditch competition out in the field. It was really fun, and the Wizard Rockers performed on Bourbon Street, and it was really amazing. And Amy Tenbrink had put together this incredible concert that was awesome. So it was just a huge party. Everyone had a wonderful time, and it's memories that people talk about. Another amazing event that I did out of New Orleans was Rock the Boat, which was the Wizard Rock cruise put together by Patty Bevan. And it was so epic. So it was probably 6 or 7 bands, including House of Black, Draco and the Malfoys. Oh my gosh, I can't remember all the bands right now. But there was a bunch of us on the boat on the cruise, and then about 300 fans. And we took over a bunch of the different like clubs and rooms and just did Wizard Rock concerts through every single night. And the rest of the time, everybody's just hanging out in the pool and cosplaying. So there was a guy who was cosplaying Snape, and he just full on Snape wig in the pool, standing there looking miserable. And it was hysterical. It was awesome. And I generally cosplayed McGonagall, and my best friend Patty cosplayed Trelawney. And so we would walk around the cruise ship as McGonagall and Trelawney most of the time. It was great. And it was all around Halloween. So we even had a Halloween night where people dressed up in anything except wizards. So I believe I was Trinity from The Matrix. So Rock the Boat was great. It was probably the strangest Wizard Rock concert I'd ever been to because the boat was literally rocking. So we did, in fact, Wizard Rock this boat. And Draco and the Malfoys were playing an acoustic set, and the boat was rocking so much that the whole audience was just swaying back and forth the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know how they're playing through this. It is crazy. But I'll send you some photos from Rock the Boat. It was really fun.
Please do. That sounds slightly more terrifying now that you've told me about it.
Oh, I'll tell you a really fun one. So I was a theme park designer for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter through 2008 to 2011. And when we were doing, towards the opening of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade, then a bunch of the movie stars and stuff were coming. And so I actually got to have dinner with Tom Felton. And while we were there, then I gave him an album of Draco and the Malfoys and called up Brian on the phone. I said, hey, guess who's on the phone with me? He's like, who? I'm like, Tom Felton, say hi. So Tom got to talk to Brian from Draco and the Malfoys, and it was really, really cool. And then at the same time, I was a dolphin trainer at Discovery Cove. That was my full-time job. And then Tom Felton came to Discovery Cove with his girlfriend at the time, who was also a cast member from the Harry Potter films. And so they came to swim with the dolphins. And then Tom saw me there and he's like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, I work here too. It's like, okay. And then later that summer, then I went to England and got to tour the set of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows while they were filming. And they were filming the wedding scene that day. So everybody was there except for some of the professors. So sadly, Maggie Smith and Alan Rickman were not there, but everybody was there. And so I'm outside the cafeteria when everybody's at lunch. And the cutest thing, all the Weasleys were sitting together at a table. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are all actually family. And they're like, yeah, we are. And then Tom Felton walked up and he saw me. He's like, what in the world are you doing here? I'm like, I'm everywhere. He goes, you are everywhere. It was funny.
That sounds incredible.
But so we know for sure that Tom Felton knows about Wizard Rock. And he does because he's attended several different conventions and he's, gone to Wizard Rock shows. So he's always been super supportive of the fandom and loving the fandom. And Wizard Rock, which is great.
So I realized normally I make an extra point of asking how you chose your band name. And you said you chose House of Black because it was house music.
Right.
But why the Black family? Were you feeling a little evil or?
Yes. So I had decided that I wanted to, do something a little bit different, and just wear, I wanted to wear black, and I wanted to wear a corset and do a little bit more of a Bellatrix style of outfit, but not necessarily be a dark wizard, right? So I was kind of neutral with the House of Black. But yeah, so I wanted a bit more darkness there. And then I actually wrote a song from the point of view of the actual House of Black, the house itself, because all the Wizard Rockers were always writing from the point of view of their bands, including like the Whomping Willows. He always wrote from the point of view of the tree. He is the tree. So I thought, okay, I'll try this. I'm going to write a song from the point of view of the house itself. So that's my one song, The House of Black.
Speaking of songs you've written, as a non-standard musician, not singer-songwriter, guitar, microphone, talk to me about your song creation process. How did that all work?
All right. Well, since I'm basically a writer first, I would tend to write the lyrics first, and create what I wanted the song to be. And then I would get on my songwriting program, which had, hundreds of what are called MIDI tracks. So drum tracks, guitar tracks, keyboard tracks, just all, and then all kinds of beat tracks. And so I would just sit there and listen to tracks for hours and puzzle piece a song together using all the different beats and tracks. And the funny thing, and Scott from the Blibbering Humdingers pointed this out. He's like, "Why are all of your songs the same tempo in the beginning, like your first ever songs?" And I'm like, "Because I had no idea how to change the beat thing from 120 in the music program. I did not know how to make it faster or slower." That is why all the beats are 120 in the first few songs I did.
It became your signature.
Like, I was learning how to do it all as I did it.
What program were you using?
Oh my goodness. This is very old. It was discs, I think it was literally called like Music Maker 2.0, for Windows. And then you could go online and download free MIDI tracks. And there's actually sites where people create things, upload it, here, free to use these beats, these tracks, this keyboard lick, this guitar lick. And so people just upload them onto these big sites, and then other people download and start mixing music. So that's kind of a really fun, open share kind of thing. It's great.
It sounds really cool.
So I would just listen to tracks for hours and hours, and then just put things together.
It sounds complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated. And then when I wanted a very specific sound, then you can use, you can plug in like a USB keyboard into your computer, and then you can plunk it out. You can plunk out the actual tune you want and create your own MIDI track. And so for some things, then I would do that. And did I know how to play piano? No. You plunk it out how you want it. You use your ear. I would use my ear and just plunk out the tune that I wanted. And then it would, go into the computer, and then I can edit it and create it how I wanted it.
So then were all your performances to backing tracks, or did you have live bands?
Yeah. So my almost all my concerts are to the backing tracks of the, house style music, but I did have a few acoustic songs. So like I said, I could play guitar poorly. So, I have like a 4-chord song. It's like, okay, 4 chords. The Beatles did it, so can I. So I have My Boyfriend is a Death Eater, and that is a acoustic guitar song. And during shows, then I would get bands to play along. So sometimes Fred from Fred Lives would play guitar, and I would sing the song, or the Blibbering Humdingers would do guitar, and someone would be on drums. And so we could create a whole band and, perform this song. I also have another song that I would do on acoustic, And I could play it because it was slow and sad. So it's called Hedwig Lives. And it's my my fan story headcanon of how Hedwig survived.
I had a listener send me an entire zine around that premise.
Nice.
Here's our next music break. Go check in on your compilation collaborators, while Chasing Quaffles serenades us with Why Have One Cute Boy When You Can Have Two?
You're the one who has to see it through. You have to do what he does, and you gotta make sure it happens. You made a solid oath. Now kill him while he's on. You gotta let him fall. You gotta let him fall to the ground. Now he's dead and gone. Dumbledore is gone.
Hey, Luna, why you on the run? This is Ministry of Magic. Hold your tongue. Haven't you ever seen the Centauri? We're as magical as magical can be. Centauri love to sing and dance. More than that, we love to learn about the stars and universe. Luna, just keep looking up. My name is simple, I'm called Florence. Doesn't that sound just like friends? Come with me and daydream about the future that we see. Centauri love to sing and dance. More than that, we love to learn about the stars and the universe. Luna, just keep looking up.
break started with chasing quaffles and why have one cute boy when you can have two, continued with Operation Kill Dumbledore from Dementor's Kiss, and closed with DJ Luna Lovegood's Firenze's Advice to Luna. Let's hear some more from Erin. So my patrons had a really unusual question for you. They discovered an interesting pattern with the Black family, and that is that there are more Wizard Rock bands named after the family as a whole rather than Sirius and the Blacks. You know, Bella and the Blacks are. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that the House of Black has many characters in it. And the great thing about, and it's a family. And the great thing about this family is it can go either way. So Sirius and other members of the family, went against the family and became good. There's so much you can sing about there. And then you can also go the other way. The Black sisters are just fabulous baddies, right? So they're great to sing about too. And so if you have 3 girls in your band, then I think it's, a no-brainer to be the Black family sisters and or cousins. But I don't know, the House of Black is just very interesting because they have this extreme darkness in their family. And they're kind of like the Malfoys, they're just this a family that believes that they are greater than everyone else because of their wizarding history, their wizarding blood. And they just have so much pride in who they are as a tight-knit family that I think it's interesting to think about that dynamic of how close they are in their wickedness. And that's what makes Sirius special, And who knows, like, if he hadn't met James, I mean, what might have happened to Sirius Black? He may have ended up having to become a bad guy too. He could have ended up as a Death Eater as easily as Snape if he hadn't had that support from his friends. And so that then becomes the family that we choose versus the family that we got, which is another great thing to sing about, another wonderful story, especially within our fandom. I know that a lot of people in our fandom, in the early days anyway, felt like outsiders, and coming into the Harry Potter fandom felt like coming into a family, felt like coming home to a Harry Potter convention. We'd all come to the conventions and go, "Welcome home, welcome back." And everybody greeted each other with hugs and just so much love and acceptance and kindness. And I think that that's part of, this is more kind of Marauders, I suppose, than the Black family, but Sirius is a part of it. I loved watching people who would cosplay Sirius Black. So I was inspired. So I cosplayed as Sirius at one of the conventions.
So maybe it's something about the relationships inside the family that draw musicians rather than the individuals.
I think so. I mean, yeah, the individuals, they're all very compelling. Bellatrix Lestrange is very cool. Narcissa is a great character. And another one of the, the power of mother's love is stronger message, because in the end, she cared about Draco more than anything else, more than her politics, more than her husband, more than her own life. She cared about her son, which I think was really powerful for me. And I wasn't even a mother yet, and it was still very powerful for me. So I think that the Black family has just extremely compelling characters, but also, yeah, a connection between them that is really strong. Plus, they look cool. They just have awesome outfits and wigs. So it's really fun to dress up as all of the House of Black family members.
You can't deny the aesthetic.
It's right. Villains always get the cool costumes.
It's too true. So, thinking back to those early years, maybe a little bit ago, what were things that the community did that made you feel like you could write your music, like you could perform on those stages? What were the encouraging things that you met?
The best thing about it that was so encouraging is that when you watched other people perform, it did not matter if it was one person who was just learning guitar or it was a full band of seasoned performers. Everybody was loved. Everybody got cheered. Everyone was, encouraged. And people, in fact, more so than their musicality, their lyrics is what everybody wanted to actually hear. So, yes, you got the bands where, you're jumping and you're screaming and you're like, woo, and, they're throwing bacon at the audience and it's a really big, crazy show and it's always amazing. But then there's also just this one person who has a flute and they play the flute and they sing about something meant a lot to them, a character that meant a lot to them, like Luna or someone. And it's so heartfelt and it's so loving and adorable. And you can't help but just go up to this person afterwards and give them a huge hug and tell them how awesome they were. Because it takes a lot of bravery to stand up in front of a bunch of people and showcase something that you've made yourself. It's very scary. But within this fandom, different from other places I've been, right? Like I've been to Nerdapalooza and I've seen people get booed off stage when they're just there trying to do their thing. But at this place within the Harry Potter community, it was always so much love. So then it encouraged you, okay, I can do this, and even if I'm terrible, at least people won't tell me to my face. They'll still give me hugs and go, good effort. A for effort.
Now, we still have new Wizard Rockers joining all the time, including people who are just, thinking about it. They're not sure. They might need a boost. What kind of advice would you have for them?
I guess I would say, don't worry about making sure it all sounds incredible and professional, right? I remember the Ministry of Magic, which people considered, one of the more high quality sounds because they had, done professional music before, but they released a video of them recording and it was literally them in a closet with a blanket over their heads singing into a microphone. And it was awesome. So you can do it wherever you are, in your room, in a closet. You just put a blanket over your head and start singing into that microphone, into your computer. I would say if you're going to invest in anything, invest in a microphone so that you can try to get the best quality for your voice. So that it doesn't sound like my first recordings. I literally was singing at my laptop. I had no microphone. So it sounded a little bit far away, as if I was maybe singing to you from across the room. But just get started and don't worry about production value, just do it and put it out there for people. Now, the online world is different from the in fandom convention world. And no matter what you do, it doesn't matter how amazing it is. People might troll you and they might say negative things. And you have to just forget them. The greatest singers in the world get like the worst comments coming at them. So just completely ignore all of it. Delete, delete, delete. Get rid of the comments. Just get rid of all of that and just focus on those positive things that people say. So if you're going online, just be aware there could be mean comments and you just have to let that just bounce right off of you. Like cast yourself a Patronus charm and say, nothing's getting in. These Dementors are out of here. They're not getting into me and they're not going to make me sad. So do your music, cast your Patronus charm, and put it out there in the world, and you will definitely get love for it, because Harry Potter fans always want more content.
And for anyone who's considering taking that dive, Wizard Rock Sampler submissions are due at the end of this month, so you've still got a couple weeks.
Awesome.
Right, so apparently you're doing annual concerts very close to my home.
Yes.
What else are you working on these days?
Well, my full-time job is I'm still a theme park design writer. So I write narratives for shows and attractions. And sometimes also, people go, "Oh, you're a roller coaster rider?" I'm like, "No, writer." I write the stories of the rides and the queue line experience before you go on the ride, and the media for whatever ride you're going on in the pre-shows. So I still do all of that. And my company has been working on just so many experiences, and we're very excited. Epic Universe just opened, so lots of projects over there that are open, and we're very excited about them, even if we can't talk about them. I still continue to work for all the theme parks, lots of museums, aquariums, zoos, all kinds of places. But on the side, I'm also a book writer. So I love writing books. I do that in my spare time whenever I have a chance. Then I'm always working on a novel. I actually just published a novel just last month, and it is called Scandalous: The Secret Diaries of Jane Austen's Bad Girls. So if you are a big fan of Jane Austen or Bridgerton, then this is a book of 6 stories, one for each of Jane Austen's books. And I picked one of the bad girls that Jane Austen always writes so well to tell her story from her point of view in a diary form. So chapter 1 is all about Lydia and how she develops her relationship with Wickham and how they run off together and everything that occurs in that adventure within the book Pride and Prejudice. So if you love Jane Austen, go check out Scandalous. It's a really fun read. Let's see, what else? I'm working on a new book now. It is a middle grade supernatural thriller, hopefully a series. So we'll see what happens with that.
Do you think we're likely to see any House of Black on any of the compilations this summer?
Ooh, possibly, yes. I will have to look up the submission dates and work on something.
Excellent. We love to hear it.
Great.
Let's pause for the final music break. This is Dobby and the House Elves with The Night Bus.
Go where you want to. Well, here's a little something you ought to know about the night bus. There's a triple-decker bus going around the town, picking up buses that want to get around. No need to scream and no need to shout. Just stick out to one, it'll come about. The night bus gets you out of a pickle. It only costs but a couple of sickles. Stand as a man, it'll give you a ticket. Earnings behind the wheel, can you dig it? Hot chocolate for an extra fee, it'll keep you warm. Just you see, if you're tired, lay down your head on one of these comfortable beds. Oh yeah, on the night bus, baby. If you can't seem to find the portkey, well then get on the night bus, baby. Get on the night bus. If you just hate to operate, get on the night bus, baby. Get on the night bus. If you can't seem to find a portkey, well then get on the night bus. night bus anyway. So we got Harry and the Potters, Seriously Black, Draco and the Malfoys, the Remus Lupins, Mudbloods, number 12, your old place, the House of Black, Hermione Crookshanks Experience. We got them all up in here. There's a triple like a bus going around the town, picking up witches that want to get down. No need to scream, no need to fuss, just stick out you want to get on the night bus. There's a chandelier hanging on the ceiling, transportation never looks so appealing. Smell the rubber as the wheels start feeling, there's no way to explain this feeling. Throw out you want out in the air, next thing you know night bus is there, picking up people in despair. It's an experience we can all share. Oh yeah, on the night bus, baby. If you can't seem to find the key, well then get on the night bus, baby. Get on the night bus. If you just hate to operate, get on the night bus, baby. Get on the night bus. If you can't seem to find a key, well then get on the night bus, baby. Get on the night bus. If you just hate to operate, get on the night bus. Get on the night bus. Hey man, who else is in this night bus? Why, I see the Parson Mouse, got the Weird Sisters, Huffle My Puffle, Advanced Potion Making, the Whomping Willows, Ron and the Weasleys, the Wands, Hollow Godric, Hermione and the Grangers, Dumbledore's Army, the Horcruxes, the Prefexes, the Death Eaters, Neville and Longbottoms, Lordy and the Voldemorts, Ginny and the Short Skirts, Cho and the Changs, Griffin and the Doors, Luna and Lovegood, Ginny and the Weasleys, and all y'all wizards and witches. We got them all up in here.
I still remember the first time I talked to you. I was pathetic, I still am, and you are so beautiful. On the swing under the sun, flying, flying. Lily, why can't you see how much you mean to me, Lily? You deserve so much more than him. We had so many good memories all those summers ago. The talks we had, the dreams, I hope you know I never wanted to hurt you. I wish we could go back. Lily, why can't you see how much you mean to me, Lily? You deserve so much more than him, or even me. And then it happened, that Cupid had divided us, and we fell apart. But I never stopped looking at you from afar. Lately, I know I'm despicable. You could ever have loved someone like me. I regret ever saying those mean words to you. I can only hope that what I did near the end, you saw from above and absolved me.
know you need to get through this on your own. I know you need to get through this on your own. I know this seems to be difficult in the extreme, but I swear I left you with everything you need. I think you are ready. I know you need to get through this on your own. I know you need to get through this on your own. I'm so sorry I had to leave you so early, but in the end I hope you'll be better than me. I left you for a reason. I hope you know that you can't do this on your own. I hope you know you can't do this all alone. You need to be in touch with yourself. You know your capabilities better than anyone else. Don't forget your friends.
That was Dobby and the House Elves with The Night Bus, Lily from Dobby Kills Hedwig, and Dung Bombs Rock singing Hold On. And here is the last bit of my conversation with Erin of House of Black. Thank you so much for talking with me today. I learned so much. I can't wait to watch all of those films. Where can WZRD listeners find you and your books and your music online?
For the House of Black music, it's all posted up on Bandcamp, and I believe it's all free. There was only one song that I was charging $1 for back in the day, and that was the LeakyCon theme song, because that was for charity, where all proceeds of the dollar sale of the song would go to the Lumos Foundation. And that was a really fun song to do with Stacy from Swish and Flick. Bandcamp is where you can find the House of Black music. And for books, just go on Amazon and you can look up Scandalous, The Secret Diaries of Jane Austen's Bad Girls under the pseudonym AL80. So Jane Austen's pen name was a lady because she was never allowed to put her name on any of her books. So I decided to take her pen name as AL80. But my other books you can find under Erin Pine or EA Pine. So a long time ago, I wrote The Ultimate Guide to the Harry Potter Fandom, which is still out there. It's from 2010. So if you read it, it's a bit outdated, but it really it's like this thick. It's 2 inches thick, and it really documents the fandom and how awesome we are. I was going to say we were, but it's how awesome we are.
If you heard a song today and you thought, I could listen to that again, then go to the transcript at wcrdradiopod.com, follow the link, and buy a copy of your very own. It's the best way to support your favorite musician, and without our Wizard Rockers, we wouldn't be here. If you want discounts on WZRD merch, the inside scoop on everything that's coming up, and bonus gifts and episodes, then you want WZRD Radio's Patreon at patreon.com/WZRD Radiopod. It's just $2 a month, and also supports the Community Rock Fund, where we're raising funds to help Wizard Rockers achieve their musical dreams. If you want to keep up with WZRD between episodes, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at WZRD Radio Pod. If you don't believe in social media, you can also comment on the transcript or email me at wzrdradiopod@gmail.com. And now, magical friends, here's the House of Black.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you all enjoy listening to me perform The House of Black.
Number 12, criminal place, has a dark history behind its face. Once the home of darkness and hate, left alone to slowly decay. The normal surface is just a mess. Inside all the curtains are black. Eyes dark, the windows are closed. No one gets in, nothing exposed. I keep secrets of a dark past.